Get yourself straight, learn how to live free. Addiction is a dead end road of pain and misery. I didn't know which way to go. Hey folks, I'm Jerry Phillips.
And I'm Deanna Irick.
And welcome to the Recovery Today Show, the only show in the Tri-Cities area for over 2 years that dares to take a look at alcoholism and drug addiction and recovery from it. This show is not affiliated with any recovery organization, institution, or program. The views here that are expressed are that of Deanna and myself. Want to thank my boss, David Hartley, Heritage TV, for allowing us to have this show on. I think it's long needed and well overdue. And you have something to add, my dear.
I want to say a special thank you to our anonymous donor who's going to sponsor us through the rest of the year. We are really excited, and we want to say thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yes.
We could take more.
Yes, we definitely could take more anytime. You know, want a sponsor, please sponsor us. But we really wanted to take a minute and say thank you.
That's a double yowza.
Somebody does it anonymously.
Yeah, anonymous.
It's wonderful.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
Shows that the show is working and it's reaching people.
Yeah.
And obviously somebody thinks it has an effect.
Yes.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Now, we've been jumping all over the bath salts and this and that and synthetic marijuana and blah, 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 blah. You came up with a good idea. How about talking about
I thought
recovery?
Let's go back to talking about recovery.
Yeah.
You know, I think that when we venture off, it's great. It gets the word out, you know, lets people start thinking. But there's a lot of the organizations around are taking the ball with that one. So it's out there, let other people. Let's go back to what we do best and do recovery.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that anxiety. Ooh. When you decide you're going to quit and what happens in the body and how it affects and for most, you know, leads back into relapse, right? Because you can't handle the pain of, what is going to happen to me?
Oh, what's it going to be like? Yeah. You know, it's like a love affair. You know, what's it going to be like when I'm with the drug or the drink, and now I can't have it?
Right.
Oh, I remember those days, man. You know, I wasn't one of the fortunate ones that came into recovery and recovered right away. It took me 2 years.
Right.
2 years. Because 80% of me wanted to recover.
Right.
But the 20% that were the demons were telling me no. And we know here in recovery land that unless it's 100%, it's not going to happen. Right. So.
You know, the other thing that we know for sure is that the thing that you're most not willing to give up is what's going to make you high or drunk again, right? And for most of us, what that means is we're not willing to give up the secret, whatever the secret is, right? Because we think we're different. We think nobody feels what we feel. Nobody feels the pain we feel.
Unique.
Yeah. We love being different, you know, and that's great so that you have your own personality. But what you don't realize is that everybody has that little nagging thing that says, if you only really knew me, you wouldn't like me and you wouldn't want to be around me. I have yet to meet one person who doesn't have it. The difference is, for some people, it's explosive, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and it adds a lot of stuff. And so when it adds stuff, so if nobody's going to understand me, everything I know hurts, you know, you don't come in from there. So if everything I know hurts and you wouldn't like me if you got to know me, then I have to add liquid, right? So if I add enough liquor, then everybody would like me. If I add enough, then I don't care if anybody likes me. And then when I finally get in the full-blown addiction, I could care less if anybody likes me.
That's when the 7-second delay comes on.
Right, right. And if I don't care if anybody likes me, then how can I revert as soon as I stop the drug use or the alcohol use? What's the first thing that happens? Do you remember?
I had anxiety. I had withdrawals. I wasn't the nicest guy in the world to be around.
Absolutely. Why?
Nobody
Because
understood me.
there you go.
You don't understand what
Nobody
I'm going
gets it.
through.
Yeah.
You just don't understand.
Right. Nobody gets it. Nobody gets it.
I knew everything there was to know except which way to go.
You
know?
probably told enough people which way to go, but you didn't know which way to go yourself, right?
Oh yeah. That I remember when my brother brought me to that first meeting. I'm looking at all these people, all dressed up, cool, laughing, smiling, having a good time. I said, "What is this, Club Med?"
Yeah.
He said, "No, man, this is a meeting." And I heard a black guy from Woonsocket, Rhode Island. His name was Ron. He's become a good friend of mine. And it's funny. He told my story.
Yeah.
He told my story, and I'm going, "You set me up, right, Bill?" You know, this guy, you told him all about me?
Right.
He said, "No, man, just shut up and listen."
Yeah.
I guess when I first went in, for you people that are trying to, out there in the recovery world, trying to get straight.
Trying to decide if
Yeah.
you want to. Yeah.
Something happened at that meeting. I didn't get sober, but something happened that made me come back.
Right.
You know, I think I liked the in-your-face stuff.
Yeah.
I liked no nonsense. I liked when my buddy Muscles or Stevie P would grab me by the collar and call me every bleeping name in the book.
Yeah.
And say, you know, "You're not so special, tough guy."
Right.
You know, I liked that. It helped me understand.
Right.
And then they would tell me in a gentle way what this stuff does to you.
Yeah.
And slowly, it just kept building up. But you're right, the anxiety and feeling unique and feeling like you don't understand, you just don't know what I'm
Right.
going through.
Right.
I can identify with that,
Yeah.
man.
Because what is the anxiety? That's all that emotion that you've said, "I don't care. I don't want to feel it. I don't care what you do." Now you've got however many years worth of emotion that you've said, "Don't matter to me." Now it's sitting right here. Right? Think about that. Sorry, well, that was probably pretty loud. But it's sitting right here on your chest within, what, 48 hours most of the minute you decide to get clean. Not the minute you decide to quit, right?
Yeah, there's a big difference.
The minute you decide you're going to get clean. Now, you don't have to quit yet, but the minute you decide, the anxiety starts coming, the emotions start coming back, all of those feelings about, "Ooh, nobody's going to like me. I don't know how to be in the world."
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's the truth.
Yeah.
Because you've been living behind a mask for I don't know how long.
Right, so let's go back
But you
to
don't know it.
Yeah, let's go back to our kid. You know, we're always talking about the kid that starts when they're young.
Yeah.
So if I only learn to be able to talk to people by having a cigarette, right? It first starts with a cigarette, typically. Not always, but
Yeah.
typically. So I know how to stand around with the guys or the gals outside and be one of them, because I want to be one of them. I don't want to be one of you. So I go out there, smoke with them, and I can talk while I smoke, because I got a crutch, right? So if I can learn how to talk when I smoke, then I can learn how to talk when I drink.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, because then I don't have to be anxious. I can just be out there, and you're going to love me just because I'm here, and then we do all of that. But if I take that away, and that's all you've known, so at 14, that's what you're doing. You're drinking to learn how to be with people. Now, say 32, you say, "I've had enough, I'm going to quit."
Oh, yeah.
And the first thing we do is what? Say, go to a meeting, meet people. It's the best place you can be. And I'm already going, "What do you mean meet people?"
Oh, I was petrified.
Right?
I was petrified, man.
Because if
I've
it's
got
a-
nothing to say here.
Yeah.
you know.
What social lube can we have to get them to go to a meeting? There's no social lube anymore.
Right. Yeah.
So a lot of people are not going to go to meetings.
Yeah. And a lot of people go, "I don't want to be like them."
Yeah.
They're not. I'm not like that.
They're faking. That was
You
my
know.
favorite always. There is such a fake.
Well,
they don't really mean they like me.
When I walked in there for the first time, I'm looking around and I'm going, this ain't my crowd, man.
Right.
You know, because I'm used to being in a bar room with smoke and booze and cocaine and heroin and you name it. And everybody here is like, it's like the bubblegum crowd. You know, I'm going, this ain't working, man. But, you know, looking back now, I mean, I'm coming up on 24.
Right.
You know, I'll be coming up in 24 years next month, or the month after. And everything that they told me back then, probably it was 25 years ago,
Probably.
has come true.
Yeah.
Has come true. You know, but it's probably the hardest thing you'll ever do.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, and no, it comes in fits and starts. You didn't learn to walk the first time you put your feet on the floor. I don't care what your mama says. Right? You had to hold on to the table at least for 30 seconds before you walked the first time.
Riding a bike.
Right, riding a bike.
Yeah.
What did they, I read something, I don't even know how long ago, about the average kid falls almost 500 times before they really and truly learn how to walk.
Well, maybe that's what's wrong with the youth of America today.
Right? I don't know who sits and counts them all. That's what I want to know. Who sits and counts? But it was something about that's how long it really
Probably
takes
John
for us to
Bradshaw.
learn. There you go.
Okay.
A really good guy. He's got good stuff now,
I can't
the same days
stand
and all
him.
of that. That's because he's too gentle for you.
Yeah, he is. He's a
Yeah.
kumbaya guy.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah,
into
he's too
kumbaya.
gentle for you.
Yeah.
Some people need gentle and some people need a fist.
Yeah, I need.
Yeah.
That's it. That's what I need. All right, here I go with it. Sorry, folks. I left again.
No, it's
I'll be
good.
back. Okay.
Okay, so I don't even know where we were.
I don't know. The kid fell down 500
Okay.
times.
So if it takes 500 times for a kid to learn to walk, right, and you're in active addiction, say for 10 years, a kid learns to walk in a matter of a couple of months. Why do you think that just because you decide today you're going to quit, that it should be easy?
Yeah.
That's a question you got to ask.
Yeah.
Why do I expect this all to be easy? It really and truly wasn't easy to fall into that addiction world. It may have seemed like it at the beginning, but think about all the things that you have to do when you're an addict.
Good. That I like that.
Right?
Yeah, do that again.
Do it again.
Going into that addiction world,
Right,
like it was.
all right.
It did seem easy.
It does seem easy because it's like this smooth transition, but it's not.
But maybe.
First thing you got to do is learn how to lie.
Huh.
You got to learn how to lie, right?
Want to buy a
And
bridge, honey?
it doesn't always come easy. Then typically you got to learn how to steal. You know, even if it's just the beginning. Now,
Yeah.
don't even start
Okay.
stealing Dad's cigarettes. Yeah. Okay.
All right. I thought you were talking about real heist, a good heist.
No.
You know?
It doesn't start with the big good heist.
Yeah.
A bank robber doesn't start by going down to the, well, you know,
Yeah.
ones that don't get caught anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? So you start with the little things. You steal Mom or Dad's cigarettes and see how long you can get away with that. And then you hoist a beer out of the refrigerator. See, that's all stealing. We don't say it is because we've already decided, well, he owes it to me. Because you got to change, right? You got to change how you think.
I like your style. It's good. I like it.
So you got to change how you think. And if you can already change from it's not stealing when I take something from Mom and Dad, then it certainly isn't stealing when I take something from somebody I don't know.
Yeah, well, I can. Yeah, all right, I see that concept.
Okay, does that make sense?
Yeah,
So you start out by
I'm trying to go
pulling a
back to.
cigarette.
I'm trying to go back to when I first started using it.
Or and there's some people who don't start with cigarettes and alcohol. They start right with the pill cabinet. Where do they learn that? You know, my grandson has walking pneumonia, and he's fine, but he has walking pneumonia. So what do we teach him? Honey, take your medicine. It's good for you. It'll make you feel better. That's what parents say,
Take as needed.
right? So with the amount of addiction in our family, should I really be saying that to him?
No.
Right? I mean, I didn't even think about it
Yeah.
until this morning. Here's my daughter pouring the medicine in. Here, honey, drink your juice. It's good for you. Make you feel better. But that's exactly what's in our head when we're taking that drink, when we're smoking the pipe, whatever it is. This is going to make me feel better. Or this is going to make me feel normal, or I just need to do this.
Yeah.
to function.
I'm listening. I'm just looking back.
Right?
My head's back to my early days. You know, and like I said last show, we drink, we drug, we smoke, we play sports, we play music, we have sex, all for one reason.
Right.
To feel good.
Yes.
To feel good about a bad part of our life.
Right.
You know, and that's where the hole comes from, huh?
Right. Now, not everybody's just there. Everybody has their own. So
Well, I'm just.
let's look at pain. See, this is pain for you. When you do this, this is pain.
It's pain.
Right? For me, this is pain. Okay? And you can tell people, so what we call is anxiety. So this is my theory, my opinion, right? Anxiety is something that we can say it's outside of me. I have no control over it. It just comes. I can't do anything about it. If we said I'm afraid, then we can do something about fear.
Okay.
And the difference is from here down in your body, no change. It's the thought.
Is the anxiety, you know, when it comes to us, is it like all right, say I take a hit of the chronic.
Sure.
And it goes up to the. Is it the same process?
Yeah.
I mean, does it? It has to.
It goes in your pleasure center. There's a reason that you continue to have anxiety.
And a neurotransmitter drops out the juice.
Sure.
And yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, it's the same
everything is chemical.
Yeah.
It's all chemical.
Yeah.
No matter
In the
what we
body,
do, it's all chemical. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So if I have constant anxiety, right? If I give away my drug, but I get to have constant anxiety instead, do I really need my drug?
Oh, I would.
Not really.
But, you know, you've told me this many times, that when I'm in that space, you enjoy it.
Yeah.
Because you're comfortable there.
Right.
Because you know what's going to happen.
Right.
You have control.
Yes.
So just stay where you are and you feel good.
Yeah.
Until you get damn sick and tired of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when we're talking about feeling good, we're not talking about, oh, this feels really good and I love it. We're talking about a place where you're comfortable. You may in your head be saying, I don't like anxiety, I don't want it, I wish it would go away. But then when it starts to go away, it freaks you out, so you call it back.
Yeah, because it's too calm, it's too peaceful.
Right.
Yeah, there's no turmoil.
Right.
I need turmoil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So not everybody needs turmoil, and for most addicts, if you can live through that first year, it's going to get better. You know, the anxiety is going to slowly go away as you work your program. For some, it depends on your level of trauma, what happened as you were a child, what happened through adulthood, what you had to do to get the drug, how you confront your drug addiction.
And one thing, you know, like, because we're talking program meetings and whatever,
Yeah.
but, you know, whatever step you take, whatever road you take to get sober, doesn't matter. I mean, I'm just using how I got
Right,
sober.
right.
I mean, there's just many, many, many different ways.
And we don't expect you to everybody to have to go to AA
Yeah,
to get
yeah,
clean,
yeah,
or
yeah.
to NA to get
I just
clean.
want- yeah.
There's all kinds of great
You know,
stuff
you get
out
the faith
there.
ministries, you get your doctors,
Yes.
you get your best friends can help.
Right.
You know, so
Right.
I mean, I'm just not trying to push a certain fellowship. I'm just, you know, explaining where I came
Right.
from. You know,
The
that's
reason
all.
really and truly that we talk a lot about 12-step meetings is because that is the first place that you're going to find that people are just like you, and you're accepted there no matter what you say.
Yeah.
Okay? That's why, and because...
For the most part.
For the most part.
Yeah.
But more than 40% of alcoholics anyway, right, have a real social anxiety. Right? And so if you can get yourself to a meeting and push yourself to go to meetings, you're going to slowly work on that social anxiety. You're going to learn to talk to people.
Well, yeah, that's the key.
Yeah.
You know, I got a buddy that he quit, but he quit by himself.
Yeah.
And
It's hard.
He's nuts. I mean, he's crazy.
Right.
And any organized recovery program
Right.
is the best way to go.
Right.
Whether it's going to your counselor or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, you got to talk to somebody about
Yes,
it. You know,
you
you can't get up in the mirror and go, okay, Jerry, this is what I'm going to do today.
And because what does that mean? It means you're already thinking with the brain that got you drunk.
Yeah.
Or the brain that got you high, and now you're going to do it yourself.
Yeah.
And so that again adds in that whole anxiety kind of piece.
Yeah,
stuff that hurts.
and by interacting with other folks, no matter what program it is you're going to learn.
Right.
And you're going to ask questions because they've already been there.
Right. And those.
How did you get through
gonna
this
come.
certain thing? How did you get through? Did you white knuckle it? You know, what do I do when I'm craving? I'm crazy. You know, they told me, you know, go buy a case of Hershey bars, man.
Yeah.
And just eat chocolate. And I went, what are you, crazy?
Right, because it's sugar.
It worked.
Yeah, because of sugar.
You know, it worked. You know, today.
Gallons of sweet tea will take care of
You
it.
go to my house and there's always a Hershey bar laying around.
Mountain Dews.
Yeah, and
Yep.
Dr. Pepper.
If you want to sponsor us.
Would you, Dr. Pepper, would you like to sponsor us? Yeah, but just a little thing.
Sure, because they provide a roadmap for you.
Yeah. Now, all right, he or she said, my life is just a mess, and I gotta change it.
Yeah.
Now, where are the steps? What are they
Now, what do
doing?
you do? I don't know. What do you do?
Do you
So we
get out
can
the
walk
phone
through it.
book? Yeah.
You can do lots of things, and you and I both.
But
know
what I
this.
mean is,
You
how do
can-
we help the addict
Right. So let's
take
talk it
those
through,
steps?
Right. There are open the phone book, call a counselor. Go see your doctor. Go talk to your family. Right?
No.
Talk to friends.
Yeah.
Go back and see those people you've been avoiding for a couple of years because they looked at you and said,
You need help.
you need help, right? They'll be the ones that'll be standing there holding your hand,
Yeah.
right? So you can see a counselor, you can see doctors to start the path, 12-step meetings. The 800 number, you know, there's Al-Anon. There's so many different 12
there's
steps.
just
But
the Recovery
there's
Today show?
Yeah, the Recovery.
Yes.
Call us.
Yeah. Give me a
find-
call.
Yeah, find
Give
us
me a
on
holler.
Facebook. We'll text you back. You know, call the 800 number. There's somebody from a meeting will come and get you, so you don't have to go by yourself. You know, if you're in so deep you don't think you can do it, call Magnolia Ridge in Johnson City. Call CCS in Kingsport. There's a couple of things up here in Virginia too, and I just can't.
Highlands.
The Laurels, Highlands.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, find a place that will hold your hand for the first couple of weeks. And I know that sounds horrible when you're in early addiction, having to have somebody hold your hand. And I don't want to be babysat, and I don't want people to tell me what to do. But the only way you're going to make it is to have somebody tell you what to do because your
works.
brain's in trouble.
Because your best thinking got you right here.
Yeah, your brain's in trouble.
You know.
And your
It's-
brain will cause the anxiety. Your brain will convince you can't do it. Your brain will get you high again because it's all up there.
Because, yeah, when I went to my first meeting, 20.
But you
6
had the
years
luxury
ago.
of going with your brother.
Well, my brother, yeah, he took me,
Yeah.
which was cool.
Not everybody has that.
And you know what was great, which helped me, is when I went to my first meeting, I saw all my old friends that I thought moved away, died, or were in jail. They were all there. Going, welcome, brother. How you doing?
Right.
What the hell is this, man?
Right.
You know, but that really worked.
Yeah.
You know, that really worked.
Because you can't.
That helped me.
You know, there is a thing that says you can get sober sitting on a bar stool. You really can. All you got to do is put your hands underneath your butt. You know, this is hard to take a drink. You know,
And the first
it can
drink,
be done, but
the
it's very
first-
difficult.
The first drink gets you drunk.
Yeah. You know, so you can get sober sitting on a bar stool. Can
But-
you get into recovery?
Oh, it's so hard.
That's different, right?
I mean, if it was easy,
Sober is
everybody
not
would.
recovery.
No.
Yeah.
You got to be in recovery. You can be sober, but to be truly in freedom for yourself
Yeah.
is you have to be in recovery.
Right.
You know, you can't get recovered. The only time you get recovered is when you die.
See, I don't know if I buy that anymore.
Well,
That's
you
my
all
new
right.
theory.
All right.
Maybe we'll put that one on
all
the
right.
next show.
Okay.
I got a new theory.
Yeah. If I go to bed tonight, you know, I've recovered for this one day.
Right.
But it's like never say never.
Okay.
I'm in recovery. I'll never
let me-
drink again.
No.
Yeah, right.
I'm
yeah,
not thinking
sure.
that. But
I said that 20 times.
if I
I'll never
ask
drink
you,
again.
Jerry, if I ask you, if you get rid of all the anger and you get rid of the anxiety,
I'd be lost.
right? But let's just say in Never Never Land that all goes away. You no longer have a reason to drink or drug.
That's right.
So at that point, are you cured? Because all the using behaviors are gone.
Well, okay, I understand what you're saying, but I'm an addict, and this is how I think.
Yeah.
You know, I can't think beyond today.
Right.
I just can't do that.
Right.
I can't say that I will never drink again. I can't answer that question. You know, I might leave here tonight and go, I'm getting a gallon of Jack and a bag of heroin, and I'm going to party, baby.
Right.
That's it.
You might as well say, I'm going to die, baby. Not I'm going to party. I'm going to
yeah,
die.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I shoot that one load, I'm gone.
Yeah. You're going to die.
And I would die of guilt. I would die of
To
guilt.
start with.
But the funny thing is, when 26 years ago, when I went to my first meeting, I haven't had a drink since.
Right. But you said it didn't work for you.
But I got the concept wrong. You know, it's quit everything.
Yeah.
You know, you quit the booze, you quit the dope. You know,
Right.
you quit.
But again.
Or you can't play. But see, I still shot heroin.
Yeah.
I still snorted coke.
But
I
you
still
stopped
took pills,
drinking.
but I stopped drinking.
It
Well,
was one
I
thing.
was going to AA.
Yeah, it was one thing.
I'm not going to NA.
But
I'm
then-
going to AA.
But over time, once you learned that you could quit drinking, right? And then slowly it was the next thing.
Yeah, because you got a good concept. I remember when you said, we used to argue and butt heads about
Yeah.
this. If you're a drunk and you're used to drinking 35 beers a day,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden you decide to quit, and you only drink 14 today,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know, that's
Yeah.
pretty cool. You know, and then, you know, whatever. I don't know, folks. As usual, we took
Are
a
we
left.
done?
We took a left.
Oh.
And
Okay.
but we're going to continue this the next time.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm going to shut up and just let you talk because I think I kind of blew.
wouldn't be any fun.
I think I kind of blew your cover today.
It wouldn't be any fun. It wouldn't be any
know,
fun. I'm too boring. That's why. you
No,
have to be on
man,
your-
no, that's good stuff.
anyway.
But what you do is you got my head going back to
Yeah.
those early days, and I need, and you need to go back there.
Right.
The rearview mirror. You need to look at the rearview mirror to stay sober.
Because it'll help you with the next person.
Yeah.
Because sometimes what we find is that people in recovery forget the early days.
Yeah. I
And they
don't.
forget how difficult it really was.
Well, you know, wrap this up in time,
Yeah.
but once you get to, like, say, where I am today, for me to give this up,
Yeah.
man, you're gonna have to shoot me.
Right.
Because I worked damn hard to get where I am today, and maybe what we can talk about next week is
Yeah.
that change, that
Right.
big word, to make or become different.
Right.
Okay,
Got it.
wraps up another half hour of Recovery Today. And again, to the anonymous donor, we thank you.
Yes, we do.
We thank you. We appreciate it. But you want to sponsor the show, give us a holler. That's what they say down
That's
here,
right.
right?
Give us a
Give us
holler.
a holler here. Yeah, all right. I'll end this show like I end all shows. If you're out there and you're having a problem with alcohol or drugs and you're not doing anything about it, you're just spreading the disease.
Good night, all.
Sorry.
If you're out there in Wally World and you live a life like me, it's time to make a gut check, stop the misery, go get yourself straight.